Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live. It is the international weekend, the only international actual weekend I think we're going to be getting. And we're here for the deadline stream for it. Game week, I'm going to say 4:15 is what I'm going to guess it is. I'm Quinny, and as always, joined by my co-pilot for the deadline show, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, mate. Different territory, isn't it? Doing an international break, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's football. It'll get us through the next couple of days until, obviously next weekend. We'll be back with the long form 270 stuff, which is exciting in itself, I guess. If that's where you're going to be playing your cards, and I'm excited for this weekend, and let's just see what it brings.
Yeah, well, it's been off the SO5 pitch, as it were. It's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster for me, certainly, with the game last night with Scotland versus Spain. If anyone missed it, McTominay absolutely McTominay the ball in. Honestly, just as soon as I hit the net watching the game, you're just, I cannot believe he's done it. And I think that's the biggest robbery of all that VAR, is taking that moment away from the history books, as it were, because Big McTominay's been on some form for club and country now, it seems. But
that was
on top of that as well, we also found out that the UK is now going to be the host countries for Euro 2028 as well. So Cardiff, Glasgow, 2 places in Ireland and 6 places in England are the host stadiums. So 5 years from now, Harry boy, the Euros will be... Do you know what I was about to say there? I was about to say it's coming home.
Oh, don't you dare say
Hampden being home.
Mate, I read I'm trying to think if I've read somewhere, because normally as a host nation, you get automatic qualification, but is that going to be the case for all of us, if that makes sense?
I've got the deal on this because I was doing the Celtic podcast earlier, so I've got a wee bit of intel for you. But we need 3 out of the 5 to qualify, and then everyone's in.
We got no chance, so we need England and you guys to I guess run that bat around the
if we get 3 out of 5 in, everyone gets in. That's the way it goes for this one. So
that's funny rules. That makes sense. Or am I being stupid? Both islands?
Both islands, yeah.
Got you. Okay.
So I think the one in Northern Ireland has to be built. I don't think they actually have it at the moment. So I think they have to build it now, or they have maybe been setting. Maybe they've done some prior preparations. I'm not sure. But that thing is under construction, as far as I know. And the one in the Republic of Ireland, it's the Aviva Stadium or something. You've definitely heard of it. It's
Lansdowne Road or something, isn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely a decent enough ground there that they've got. So. That's cool. Okay. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a wee bit sour that there was only 1 stadium in Scotland, to be honest with you. I thought if there was going to be 10, for England to get 6 and then just everyone else gets 1, I just thought that was a wee bit naff, personally. But maybe that's me just being Scottish.
What, so you're thinking 1 club and then Hampden, if that makes sense? Potentially?
I don't know. Just
how many big, I say big, but how many larger stadiums is there? What have you got? Ibrox?
Celtic Park.
Yeah, of course.
60,000.
What does Hampden actually hold?
I think Hampden's 54 to 58, depending on what you read.
So you could have. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, 2 would have been. I guess made more sense. Sorry, but I don't know.
Yeah, fun those ones. But hey ho, can't have it all your own way. Murrayfield is a good shout as well. Yeah, Murrayfield's a good stadium. That's over in Edinburgh. So yeah. So I was kind of thinking, having Celtic Park, it maybe is a wee bit greedy, because if you've got Hampden, that's 2 stadiums in the one city. You know what I mean? That is a bit much. So if it covered somewhere else in the map, it'd maybe make more sense. And Murrayfield would have been a nice shout. But because I seen Everton was on it, and I was like, Everton's not really geographically needed. See where the rest of the stadiums are.
Yeah.
They've got Manchester, they've got Newcastle, they've got Cardiff. I think Villa Park might even be in it as well. So it's do you need Everton? You know what I mean? Probably not.
Well, if you're thinking about, they're using
it's the new Everton Stadium they'll be using.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, international wise, there's been a lot going on. We might be a host country now. All of us, Harry. We might all just be a host country soon, which is quite fun. Never mind all the shenanigans with the VAR and trying to qualify early and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So good stuff.
I just came to my head then. I mean, I've not taken a break, but I've not really been on Twitter much this midweek. But it just feels like international break has done some bad things to us, hasn't it? As a community.
Well, actually, yeah, before we get into the deadline, I suppose I've seen a little bit of drama llama, like here and there. I don't really understand what it's about. To be honest with you, I just see people talking about drama. I don't really see drama.
I think people are just bored, mate. People are bored. People are really bored. I think it comes down to that because, if you've not got players playing every night and multiple of them and things to watch and stuff, I know there's international football, but a lot of people don't really like it, and that's fine. But it seems like their energy is going towards, just Twitter and in a negative light for whatever reason. And it's just weird. Liam King's in the building. What's that? 8:48. It's actually 8:07 here. I'm earlier than you, Liam. So
that was hours ago. Liam King's been getting comfy. Wow. He's been set up for the deadline for about 4 or 5 hours.
Got you.
And we've got the rest of the legends dropping the fist bumps in. Good to see you. SR Monkeys in the house as ever. Alex Coombs, good to see you. Tons of fist bumps coming in. If Wales, what are Wales doing this international window, Harry? Have you got anything on in that sense?
Yeah, we're playing Croatia on whenever, like in a qualifying match over this next. It's either this weekend or is it Monday? Yeah, we have a game. So we play Croatia at home. Big game because Croatia lost yesterday to Turkey. And Armenia lost to Latvia somehow, which is mental. Latvia had they went 1-0 up, they had a man sent off, and they scored another against Armenia, Armenia battered us. So that was a really strange one because we've beaten Latvia. Sunday we play Croatia, sorry. So really big sort of situation for us. We're 4th with a game in hand over Armenia, who are 3rd, and we're both on the same points. Croatia are 2nd with 3 points ahead of us. If we beat Croatia, we go 2nd, I think, or join 2nd. So we need it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Again, a lot of good chat coming in from the Sorare scouts and managers from all over the world. And I think I don't think that many players have that many teams going out, so it's quite an easy game week to kind of get ready for. You just need to double check who they actually have and then try and work out consequences of some matches or whatever. The one that does kind of slip people up on occasion, and it's one that you probably have caught by now, certainly this season, but is like guys that are playing friendlies and some odd kickoff times here and there that kind of maybe cross deadlines. Like right now, I'm getting notifications all over the place for like Japan versus Canada, which is a friendly, if you know what I mean. So
Japan 4-0 up, apparently. Kev says, Jesus.
Ao Tanaka scored twice.
Wow. Hatate just came off the bench. No Kyogo. Fair play. David says he's going to the game. I've got a little super stack of Roden Brooks. Unfortunately, Mepham, but he's injured, isn't he? Fingers crossed we can get the win. Yeah, I think Mepham's injured. But yeah, Roden Brooks probably has a good chance of... He'll get minutes. I don't know whether he starts, but he's definitely got a good chance with Ramsey out. We have a load of injuries, see. So, he's got a good chance there. I hope you have a good time at the game. Brennan Johnson's injured as well. Yeah, Armchair Elites just mentioned there. Yeah, Johnson's out, Ramsey's out, Mepham's out. We've got a couple of big injuries. Yeah.
International is so fickle, and it's for the first time in a while. Obviously, Scotland, we get to actually enjoy it a little bit. So, I feel your pain. I've been there, mate. I've lived that life, So,
I know you're like now experiencing what we've experienced over the last since 2016. As in,
beat teams.
You've not done it. Well, yeah, that. To be fair, we went to 2 tournaments, so I'm waiting for you to do that. But you seem like you have the team ready to do it, if that makes sense. You're prepped quite comfortably.
I hope so.
In doing so. So I'm a bit jealous in that sense because we've gone on that. We look like we're regressing where you're sort of doing the opposite in a positive way, and I'm a bit jealous of it. Ward will definitely start, David. I don't think Hennessy plays.
Just a way to... We've had a wee question. I've not really done anything on the channel, and I thought this would maybe just be a nice wee segue before we get into all the usual stuff. But I've got a wee question here in the chat asking about if we've picked up any new season cards yet. So we had 3D SPL and 3D Turkey and 3D NBA. And I've got to say 3D NBA does look pretty pretty good from what I've seen so far. But I've not picked up any Celtic 3D cards yet, but I'm really glad they're here overall. There's one or two missing faces in the squad, which is a wee bit of a bummer. But they're really nice cards. I think the strip actually complements the 3D kind of not too bad. Someone kind of said that to me somewhere. I forget who and where. But I think, yeah, it actually kind of works a little bit because there's a wee bit of light work on the shirt, kind of, so
yeah,
it's a nice card. Quite like it.
Who's missing? Did you say, Quinny? Sorry.
So we have look at who's bidding on this. Is this shirt number? McBride's all over it.
Of course he is.
He's all over it. So the missing players are. We can go and have a look at the squad because it's a nice squad Celtic to collect this year again. Is there an easy? How do we do this? Maybe click on his name, and then we click on Celtic. There we go. This is how it works now in the new format, the new interface. It don't appear to have Nat Phillips. Don't think anyone will really care about that. But no Lagerbielke, who signed really early in the window, scored for Sweden last night in a SO5 scored game, I think it was as well. We've got Navroche. We've got Scales in the hoops finally. Let's see. Everyone else still there from last year. No Paulo Bernardo, the deadline day signing from Benfica. You can kind of forgive that, I suppose. Q, we've got him in a card. We've got Odenholm in a card. We've got kind of everyone else. Hyung Jun is one of the new faces as well, but we're missing probably the biggest headline signing that we made, which is kind of laughable in itself, Luis Palma. So we don't have him, which is odd. Is he still under 23? I think he might be. It's hard to... I think
he is. Well, if he's 23, he has to be, yeah.
Yeah, so under 23 forwards for Celtic. No face.
Yeah, that's weird. That is.
We do have Telio.
Obviously in the last window, sorry, but
yeah, he was late in the window. He was quite late in the window, so but you really got to move on that. And you got Marco Telio, who's the Australian that we signed from Australia, and I think that's about it. Same as last season, basically same kind of list. But it's good to see a lot of the. There's two people there, Lagerbielke and Palma. You really need Bernardo. Is you kind of three of them. You kind of need those three, and then the full squad is there, and that's magic. That's great to go after for a season. So really excited. I quite like the 3D ones as well.
Somebody's asked if this is it, if that makes sense, or will we have new cards at some point? I think, do you think the missing cards will come in later? It's happened in previous years, hasn't it, Quinny? I don't know whether it'll happen again. I'm sure it will, but yeah, that's kind of the way it seems to go, isn't it? A couple of months down the line, normally around December time, isn't it? Kind of is when we potentially get new ones. That Kyogo looked beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, it is, man. The Super Rares are nice, aren't they? You need to win one of them this year, don't you?
The green just pops, doesn't it? I don't know. It just the blue and green doesn't normally go, I guess. But for some reason, because it doesn't go, it just makes that green and white sort of jersey pop out really, really nicely.
Nice. So I quite like them. Decent on the rare as well. Let's see.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think it's a decent kit. It's a weird print on the Celtic kit itself, but I don't know. I kind of like it, honestly.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a funny strip. It's definitely divisive. I was worried about how it would look on the card. I think it kind of looks all right on the card. At first, I really didn't like it because I still do a little bit think the pictures are they feel quite 2D on these ones, maybe compared to, I don't know, that one looks okay. But maybe some of them, they don't, I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing something that's not there. But anyway, lovely cards overall. Look forward to hopefully trying to win some. But any Sorare scouts and managers from all over the world who are here for the deadline stream, you guys know the script. Sorare own and control the internet. If you want good luck, you don't want your guys to DNP. When you bag a reward, you want to get the best card in the pool. You need to get that luck installed into your device by hitting the like button on the video and guaranteeing yourself that. So obviously by doing that, you support the content. So thanks very much. Get comfy, hit the like button, but we've only got 12 of you here that have done that so far. And by this point in the stream, we've normally got that shooting towards the first goal, which is 67. So yeah, thanks very much for everyone that does. And Harry boy, I think it's about that point in the stream where we go and we have a look at who is actually playing. Who do we want to have guys playing for? Who do we want to avoid in the in the leaderboards and who's going to be moving and shaking everywhere. So we've got some crazy numbers there.
Yeah, it doesn't look too enticing from an SO5 perspective. I remember you did the stream with Laird, and obviously mentioned Northern Ireland, which have obviously the goalkeeper in Peacock Farrell, but I don't really think they have too many more players outside of that. There's a couple, but whether they start or not, I'm no expert in the Northern Irish team, so I wouldn't know. But obviously San Marino, isn't it? They're playing. Is it San Marino? Yeah, it is. Which obviously is a great matchup and whatever, but I don't think that'll really be the SO5 sort of outlier on the leaderboards. I mean, from that table, I know Italy are second, so we probably have to go to them next in that sense. Italy, Malta seems the obvious one, doesn't it? As far as how many cards we have of that nation and how, it just seems, for sure the obvious one. But there has been a bit of controversy, hasn't there? In the camp, there's been some illegal betting, apparently.
Yes, there has been.
As far as Zaniolo and Tonali go. So, I don't really know. Look at that, 60-1, if I'm reading that correctly. Unless that's wrong.
No, you're right.
Wrong? Probably right, yeah?
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus, 60-1. That's nuts. I don't think I've ever... Well, there probably has been other teams. Yeah, I don't know. But that just doesn't read right. But anyway...
it would be 100-1 if they didn't have Teddy Chuma in their team. Teddy Chuma definitely saves them some betting odd points, because if they get a penalty, he can score it. They actually have
free kick.
Anywhere
outside the box.
So he's probably impacted those odds quite significantly. Old Teddy,
100%. He is Mr. Malta, isn't he? But I mean, looking at that team there, obviously no Di Lorenzo. They're obviously going to play Damian for whatever reason. Is Di Lorenzo injured? I'm not sure. Is he being rested potentially? I assume. Is he behind Damian? So you got So for the left back position, you're a bit screwed because there's 3 players there. So as far as getting that 80% that everyone wants is clearly not there for Italy right now. And Dogi's been great, in domestic football. So why not give him a chance? But Donnarumma is obviously, you're going to see a load of Donnarumma clean sheets. But Berardi's been great, obviously domestically. I can see him sort of popping off this game week. But are we that bothered about the rest of the team? If we're being honest, like if you're on the leaderboards, are we really going to see, we're going to see some, Italian quote unquote experts, maybe that, know the team very well and can pick 5 players that are going to smash. But I don't think the average sort of player that is an Italian and knows a lot about the team, or, what I'm saying? Like, I just don't really see who's going to be flying high. I can't see Locatelli. I mean, they'll do okay, but you just don't know who's going to start is probably the issue number 1, right?
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones, but that as long as you can get 5, if you can get a 5-man team out, you're probably jamming 500 points in, because like realistically, like who are you going to have? Like, if you do have a Berardi or a Raspadori up front, if you have both, brilliant. If you have either or, cool. And then like midfield, you could take your pick of any one of those ones that are really on option to start, like Bonaventura, Locatelli, and then like if you know that somebody like DeMarco or Bastoni might play, then that could be huge. Because Malta at home is one of the peak fixtures, but I get you that none of these guys are smashers, but it is Malta at home and they'll score 6 goals. They won't lose possession. It will just be totally one way. So they'll just kill.
They will kill, but I just think no one's really going to have them, if that makes sense, in their teams, realistically, like a couple people will. There's going to be outliers, but for the most part, we won't see too many of them. I'm just looking there. Italy said to be resting for the England game, which obviously makes a lot of sense. Because that's a big thing, isn't it, Quinny? Teams that are playing like tonight/tomorrow, they play again. There's a lot of double fixtures for a lot of these nations. So you're going to rarely find the same lineup twice, unless it's maybe a smaller nation with less, quality on the bench and stuff. 3 years. Jesus Christ.
That's the rumours.
That's nuts.
They're coming out. The Turin lawyers. That's where I've seen it's all happening. It's all happening in Turin. I thought, how funny is that? It's always got to be like, it's just Italy and all these things, all these scandals. It all just feels like soap opera stuff to me, really. But normally when Italy are surrounded in controversy, the national team excel. That tends to be the way it happens. That's when the last time they won the World Cup and they've done well in the Euros. There's always some sort of controversy happening. administratively or domestically or something, so maybe that's just how they roll. Maybe that's how they get fired up for games, is they need to be out to set some honour or some pride right or whatever. But yeah, cool. Berardi could be a big player, so a few other guys, but I make you quite right, Harry. They're not going to be littered across everyone's big power plays this week for sure on the face of it, but could be quite prominent in like 270, 240 plays, for the guys that own those cards and know, oh, my guy's on to start, and he'll be taking all the corners or whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely that opportunity there, 100%, if you know your players and know your matchups. And I mean, we can kind of gloss over Iceland, I think, can't we? I don't think, well, I guess there's a couple of SO5. I don't know if Play Sharp have done a prediction, but I know you've got like Runnerson and goals. I don't know. I don't have anything, to be fair. I'm just trying to think of a few Icelandic lads who play, but Runnerson plays for Cardiff. I'm sure he'll be in goals. But other than that, I guess Bosnia is probably the next team. Who are they playing? Liechtenstein, I believe. Yeah. And we have obviously quite a few players from Bosnia. And I think they've had a couple of dodgy results in the last couple of games. So I think they really need to go out and win this. Hence how strong they go in, I assume. I don't know if they have 2 games or not, Bosnia. I don't know if they fall into that category. I don't have any Bosnian players. Do you have any? I know you have the goalie, didn't you? I know you don't have Sehic, but you have the other goalie.
Get the backup, yeah. Is this the Dedic that plays for Salzburg?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. I didn't know he was Bosnian. See, what I think about Bosnia is you're right. They have had some dodgy results. I've not went back through it. This is just my kind of opinion on them when I look at it. But I've seen some of the teams that they've played in terms of the starting 11s that they've named. And they've always struck me as a team that thinks they can rotate and they can't. Against, see some of the teams they think, oh, we'll scoosh them. So we won't start Dzeko or we won't start Pjanic this time. They make decisions like that when they really shouldn't, I think, basically. I think they kind of overestimate themselves sometimes. So I think now they've got to really just go for it for the way the qualification has went. So they should be playing all their best players. And yeah, I've only got the number 2 goalkeeper, but Sehic is now in Saudi. It's 35, 36. So he's a good kind of... I see watching the Spain game, Laporte and Jack Hendry, 2 centre-backs in the game, both play in Saudi now. And it made me think, do you know, man, international football, if the actual footballer is, good enough, I don't know sure if it really has that much of an impact. Yeah, because, you've definitely experienced it with Wales, and I've definitely experienced it with Scotland, particularly, Alan Hutton is, the meme for it, where, you can have guys play international even if they're not playing club, if, they fit the manager in the squad and it's all kind of gelled in.
Yeah, it's weird. For Wales, it feels like the consensus is it doesn't really matter where you're playing in a weird way. Obviously, if you're a Premier League player, you're going to be playing. But I mean, like you said, with the outliers, Bale's in LA or whatever, they're just going to play. It doesn't matter. They've done too much for the country for us to worry about where he's playing right now. They just care if he can turn up to that Welsh camp and he's semi-fit and he can still run and kick a ball, he's in. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's probably something that, I mean, for Sorare, it's not great because obviously you don't get the domestic utility as much as we'd want out of cards, Saudi specifically. But yeah, there is that, they'll probably still continue to play for their country. It's just as simple as that. What's that off the beat and says Bosnia very poor, against Liechtenstein. Last game weekend,
that was a
Bosnia
shock result, wasn't
Portugal.
It? Yeah, people stacked for it, I think, didn't they?
I think I might have had a little card in there somewhere. I had Dedic for a long time, but I got rid of him, to be fair. But that was way before last international break. But anyway, that's a big sort of opportunity for them. And I guess it takes us to Republic of Ireland's game against Gibraltar, which is their second fixture, which isn't tonight, I believe. It's either Monday or whenever. Which is, a great fixture, but it's just knowing, who's going to play. I know you get both fixtures, so you don't really care too much because as long as they play one, obviously you want them to play the Gibraltar game and not the... who do they play tonight? They play Greece tonight, actually, which isn't easy. So, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I'm playing my Bazunu, hoping he starts both, but you just never know, do you? You really don't know.
I'm playing Scales, hoping for a Scales Ireland powerhouse performance. So, double game week definitely helps for that. Unfortunately, I can't find I can never find on Sorare data how to find those predicted lineups that the community does, if you know what I mean. Oh, I found it for one of them here. I know how to find it for, like, if I've got them in my lineup builder.
Like if you go on it, go on a line. Right, yeah.
It's just other countries we don't have, so I can find Ireland now. So let's try and get this on screen.
I can do it for you if you want.
There's Ireland. So we've got. They don't think Scales will start, which I find surprising because he's been bossing it for Celtic, and that's kind of like, like, you know, that's a big part of it. You know what I mean? So I don't know who this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but they've got this Doherty on the bench, even though he's listed here. So is Ever Ferguson. So yeah, maybe this display isn't accurate, in fact, for what's been voted in. Because I fancy Scales to play. No, not many people do, but interesting. I don't know if people are really voting on this one too accurately, so it's hard to gauge. But that's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's a good fixture nonetheless. But like we said, it's just so tough to know who's going to play. Czech Republic had a stinking result last night, I believe, or yesterday. They lost to somebody. Yeah, let me check who they actually lost to, but it was somebody that was definitely, I assume, lower ranked than them. Just trying to remember.
Albania.
But yeah, who have they got? Was it Albania? Okay, yeah, they're not terrible, I guess, actually, Albania, to be fair. But again, you still think 3-0. That's bad. That's real bad. Like, there's some decent players in that Czech Republic side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shocking, actually. But yeah, football goes that way sometimes. And yeah, I guess they'll need to, I don't know whether they're still in contention. I assume they are to do something. So they'll definitely want to be going full strength. Yeah, again, who do they play? It doesn't look like Finland. Is it Finland?
They had an early red card as well. So somebody sent off double yellow, 25 and 39, the striker.
That doesn't help.
24 years old, you've just you've screwed the pooch, pal.
Yeah,
you've let the side down there.
Yeah, that's tough. They still had more possession, which is interesting.
Yeah,
60%.
It's a weird game to read, isn't it?
7 shots. Yeah, 7 shots on target as well, and not scored a goal. Wow.
4 for Albania. They scored 3.
Yeah, that's when sometimes stats go out the window, don't they? And you just it's just your day sometimes. Because that's ridiculous. 64% possession, 7 shots on target, and not a goal.
That's so funny, man. And see as well what the goals are. In the first 10 minutes, the first 5 minutes after half time, and then like that final 20 minutes of the game. So it's like, I've not seen this, but I can just imagine this is pure counter-attack. Just after a pure bit of pressure, you know, like at the beginning of the game, and then after half time, you know, and then after some subs come on and they make a go at it, and then you just run away from them and counter. So
yeah.
No, my headphones have just glitched. So if you don't, there we go. I should be able to hear you if I can't hear you. Sorry, but yeah. So that looks like a fun one for Albania last night. Fair play to them. And they're playing that must be the Faroes. So the Czech Republic have to bounce back. It hits the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? You'd hope so. So yeah, I guess that takes that one out of the way and into Romania. Do we even have a match? A thing for it? I don't know if we will. No. I think they played yesterday, I believe. Maybe got a little 0-0 draw.
A wee peek. If there's anyone to worry about.
Yeah, I don't know if there's many. Obviously, Hadji used to play or does play / maybe still plays football. Does he? I don't
this is maybe like deadline scouting rather than deadline. But yeah, not much going on for them. 0-0. So that is what it is. Yeah, Hadji on the bench. Like 3 other cards.
Ravin Marin. Yeah, he's a decent player. Dragus. That centre half's decent as well. The one at the back, yeah, Dragusin. He's under 21.
Oh, is he? I've seen him mentioned somewhere recently as well. Like maybe
they play my whip. I was going to say Romania play my whipping boys Andorra, who I've just invested heavily in, but he won't be getting a run out this week for me. And then Denmark. I guess this could be the game. Just judging off the rest of it, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as SO5 goes, we know Denmark can absolutely smash it out of the park when we're talking about international breaks. And is that Kazakhstan they play?
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah, how isn't that any higher, by the way?
Oh, there we go. I found it. Boom. So I've got the Danish team on Sorare data, and I think because of the Denmark team is well covered. I think they've all got a card there except the goalkeeper, and the whole bench is carded as well. So a very Sorare friendly nation, and a lot. I don't know if Christian Eriksen will be playing centre back right enough, but I reckon some of this is going to be pretty accurate. For the most part, there's a defender in midfield that shouldn't be there, like Norgard or something, but. It looks really strong, doesn't it? In last international window, it just rained 90 pluses, didn't it?
There's just so many, like Anderson, Højbjerg, Christensen, Eriksson, and maybe Miley, or however you pronounce it, the wing back. If he can get a decisive, you're looking at, like you said, like serious 100. Skov Olsen, I didn't even mention then, who's been on fire. This, I think this is the matchup, Quinny. Like, this is where you're going to get those massive scores. I think we can disregard all the other ones, honestly. Maybe Italy, but the other ones, like, it's, Gibraltar. Yeah, you're playing Gibraltar if you're Ireland, but you're away from home. Like, I don't see massive scores. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. Denmark at home to Kazakhstan is the fixture. Simple as that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's going to be excellent. Yeah, it should be excellent for all those cards involved.
Yeah, like, feels scary. Skov Olsen not playing, Mickey says, to be fair. Okay.
Kazakhstan and Kev standing up for them here. Like, they're not in the realms of Malta and San Marino. Definitely not.
Fair enough, yeah.
They're more in that Albania mold of that kind of level above, the Maltas and the Gibraltars, let's say. So fair play. Yes, they're not complete pushovers. They're all professional players, somewhat probably. So, okay, fair. But this is Denmark internationally. They've been very slick. Yeah. Just even football-wise, where they just keep possession, create chances, score chances, just the paint-by-numbers stuff that you get from really efficient teams sometimes, And, yeah, I would just believe that will probably be too much, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, I remember Kazakhstan beat Scotland just before anyone says it. I remember.
I just don't see how they honestly, I just don't see how they're troubled here, but you see that now. They'll end up losing 1-0. Guaranteed. It's just bound to happen after we've just sung their praise. But Højlund always shows up for Denmark. Yeah, I mean, there's some world-class players there. Like, as simple as that. I just don't see how they get anything like really positive SF5 results.
Like, I could see Anderson, Christensen, Eriksson, Myla, Højbjerg, Wind, Lindstrom, maybe not Lindstrom, take that back. Wind, Højlund. I could see like that 6-7 players all get 100. Like, see if they scored like 6 goals. I mean, they could probably sprinkle those decisives between them all somehow. With the AA.
Højlund probably bags 3, doesn't he, if they've scored 6, I assume. And then it's just, who's got the assists, isn't it, basically? And obviously the other 3 goals. But yeah, no, I wouldn't put it past them, mate. Honestly, I'd be very shocked if we don't see 7, 80 pluses there. Or, okay, 6 80 pluses, I'll go. 6. I'll go 6.
6 80 pluses. That's a great one for the chat. How many 80 pluses? What are we saying the over is? 6?
We'll go over or under 6.
Over under 6. Oh, so we'll say 6.5, okay. How many 80 pluses? Denmark, the Kazakh, KH, yeah. Over 6.5. Under. Players. Make sure. Some of the players here, not corners or anything. How many 80 pluses? Go. Now, we've not specified in this poll, and I guess we don't really need to specify if any of the Kazakhstan players will contribute to this.
Maybe the goalkeeper. Maybe the goalkeeper on AA.
Yeah. Liam King thinks 7 is a lot.
I agree, but I think this is the fixture this weekend. I don't care about what Kazakhstan have done to Scotland in the past. Unfortunately, that's reminiscing on old times. This is, I really do think we'll see Okay, yeah. I wanted 6, didn't I? So that 6.5 is a bit. That's 7, obviously. I was saying there'll be 6 80 pluses. I don't know if there'll be 7. If that makes sense. Liam says 5. Yeah. It's tough. 7's a lot. I do agree with Liam there, to be honest. Ooh, Mike reckons 9 or 8. That's massive. See, this is where we should be able to bet on things like this. Somebody make a sports book where you can bet on their sort of 5 predictions.
That would be it. On the live chat in the stream.
Yeah. 100%.
And then do we have some Portugal action? We do.
We have double Portugal.
Yeah. So what fixtures there? Slovakia again? Yeah. I've got this on
they
Play Sharper.
Slovakia and Bosnia, I believe. Are the 2. Yeah, these could be really obviously really interesting as well. As long alongside Denmark, you're gonna see massive Portugal scores. Okay, probably the next question is: there going to be more 80 pluses in the Portugal lineup or the Denmark lineup? That could be another good question.
Well, Slovakia themselves are maybe top of this group, by the way, or second in this group.
Yeah, they've been playing well. Yeah.
I'm with you. They're huge odds to win this game. They must just be playing ultra defense or something. So hard to read. I've not been paying attention to them, but I know they're on form. I know Oblak was getting praise and like they've not conceded that many goals, and they've got maybe like 10 points or something after 5 games, which is pretty solid. Something like that. So I don't know. I'd probably pick Denmark over Portugal this international. But I suppose when you see Ronaldo up there, Ronaldo, Leao, and Felix.
Andorra. The mailman, I did not skip Andorra. I did mention they were my whipping boys, didn't I, Quinny?
It was right at the beginning.
Well, it was just after we mentioned Romania, to be fair. But yeah, we did mention that sad story. R.I.P. Iker Alvarez. And who does get more 80s? I mean, I'm looking there. I can see Cancelo, Dalot, Bruno, Bernardo. There's 4. Felix, if he's on it, but he might get dragged after like 60 odd. So it just depends how good he's done in that 60. Leao could as well. Ooh, and obviously Ronaldo. Polinia could do decent on AA. Diaz. Oh, I don't know, Quinny. This could be. I don't know. They've some massive players here. Oh, yeah. This is tough. I would argue this game though is harder for Portugal than the Denmark game is for Kazakhstan. Lads, what do you think in the chat? The mailman said he skipped the first few minutes. To be fair, it wasn't in the first few minutes, mailman. Quinny was being too nice there. It wasn't long ago. It was literally when we did the Romania fixture. So whenever that was, literally like probably 10 minutes ago, maybe 15. But last time they faced it was 1-0 Portugal and only Bernardo had over 80. But I don't know. I still think, Denmark fixture is definitely easier than it is this Portugal fixture for Portugal, if that makes sense. Johnny agrees, but I just think, I don't know, it's tough. Yeah, you probably gun to my head, it still probably has to be Denmark, doesn't it, with the 80 shouts.
As a team, maybe. Yeah. Portugal do have a strong bench, and if it's not really going somebody's way, they might get hooked. And that then maybe leads to more guys that get 60s and 70s rather than 80s and 90s. Because Højbjerg, Eriksson, some of those, Mila, Anderson.
Simple as.
Yeah. So you maybe get a bit more out of them in that sense.
Yeah. Slovakia only concedes.
Oh, sorry, I've got my Slovakias, my Slovenias mixed up, I think, also. So apologies for that as well, by the way. So, yeah.
So what's this, Slovenia?
Slovenia is All Blacks. That's the team I'm thinking about, not Slovakia.
Oh, yeah. Slovakia is Thomas Seslov's team, I believe. But yeah, what's that? Kaza, the Duke of International Football. Yeah. I don't know what's happening with Duke right now, to be fair. To be fair, he did have an offside goal on the weekend, assisted by yours truly, Connor Barron. And I had both in the lineup, and unfortunately, I didn't get either decisive for that, obviously. So that was great.
We do have predicted teams for the second game, Portugal versus Bosnia. The predicted changes in defence, Inacio and Neves in midfield.
and
Jota up front.
I mean, it's all going to depend on injuries and whatever tonight, isn't it? That's going to be the biggest one. Make sure you're looking at minutes if you do have these Portuguese players, obviously minutes and injuries, obviously. So yeah, this is that's if everything goes to plan, I guess. That Portugal predicted second 11. So yeah, take that with a pinch of salt, I would say, for now. And then yeah, maybe later Højbjerg getting the Postecoglou Turnbull treatment. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it, with Højbjerg and Big Ange.
I think Ange likes him for experience. I think that's what he's kind of quoted as saying, but I don't think he likes maybe starting with him. And if he's happy to keep getting his paycheck, then maybe that works for him, I guess. I'm just trying to match up on that leaderboard with what else I've got a lineup for here. Because I see Austria, and I've got Austria versus Belgium, so that tells me Austria have got a double game week as well. And so Austria against Azerbaijan, I've got a lineup for that because Austria do have obviously a full division on the platform, and hence their national team basically covered minus Danso. So let's see. Leimer's coming in at right back. That's funny. Schlager, Seawald, Kynes, Grealish, Gregorish, Weimer, Wobber, Leonhardt. It's not that great a team really now, is it? No Alaba, no Sabitzer, no Arnautovic.
Yeah, no Alaba. Yeah, some big players missing, I would say. Yeah, this might not be... Yeah, this won't be easy. Azerbaijan away. Can't see many players wanting to go there on an international break, realistically, and play. And yeah, I don't know. What's the odds? Yeah.
And then after that, they're playing Belgium.
Love it.
At home.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing Belgium tonight, actually. They're playing Belgium tonight, then they're doing that. So, expected kind of the same team. They think Baumgartner might play tonight, but otherwise the same team should play both fixtures. In Belgium, under our old favourite at Spartak Moscow, what was the guy's name again? Tedesco. I'm pretty sure he's the Belgian manager nowadays. This should be like a gung-ho attacking Belgium that we see. And if the three behind Lukaku is Carrasco and Doku, I'm not a big fan of Luka Bacchio, but a lot of good options there. But yeah, that could be a really fun Belgium team all of a sudden, despite this mad, crazy, bad defence they've got.
Cells and goals, obviously no Courtois.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel very Belgium, does it? Like 55-year-old Vertonghen, and then two guys in the championship. I think Castagne's still at Leicester, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. No, he moved, to be fair. He did move.
Did he?
Feist is in the champ, you're right, yeah. Pretty sure Castagne moved. But yeah, it's a weird team, yeah. Obviously, there's some electric players in there. Your Doku's, if Bakayoko plays, is players who can excite and get at, other players, I guess. Decent holding midfielders.
A transfer window move as well. Now he's like quoted, I think, as being, I'm annoyed. I fell out with Emery or something. Yeah. So he's fallen out the picture here, and he's a guy, he could get a January move, even if it's a loan or something. But if he's not getting in the team and he's not getting the team at Villa as much as he wants or something, maybe one to watch out for. I sprung to mind when I seen that just now. CDK could get minutes, Bakayoko, like you say. Yeah, there's a lot of good options here. A lot of good options in this team. So, yeah, not a good game week for Austria stackers, I would say. Azerbaijan away looks good here, but that's going to be after playing Belgium tonight. I don't know what you think of that, but it doesn't sound good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's other than what we had so far then. Portugal's fixture, maybe fixtures. Denmark, realistically.
And then Belgium, Sweden is your next one you're going to come to there.
Belgium, Sweden, yeah. I mean, there's a few domestic games. Dallas play, but obviously we can get into all that. But yeah, internationally, this is probably the next best thing. But Sweden are no mugs. I know they don't have a predicted lineup, but they've got some decent players, man. Like, they've got good players, like really good, Premier League quality players. So, yeah, I don't know.
Do you have another Sweden lineup somewhere, perhaps? Maybe they don't know who plays second game. No, it's just that.
They played a friendly yesterday, I believe.
No Wales team here, Harry boy. We had people asking earlier for your opinion on the Wales team.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I mean, we played Gibraltar in a friendly a couple of days ago. My cousin actually started his first international game, which was a proud moment.
Oh, love it.
Centre back. Yeah, nice. They won 4-0. They didn't play their main team though. It was just a bit of a. It was at Wrexham's ground, the race course. It was a bit of a like Wrexham-y thing. But yeah, obviously we played Croatia, massive game. I was just speaking to somebody then. I just asked him about, who does Nico play, and he was like, really interesting. Has to be Rodon, Lockyer, Davis is back three when Nico and Connor wing backs, but Page, H, Lockyer. Yeah, it's a tough one. That it won't look like that specifically. Ben Davis will be where Nico Williams is.
Yep.
Ampadu will be centre mid. Wes Burns is injured, so he's definitely not 84%. I can tell you that for free. He come off injured against Gibraltar. Harry Wilson will definitely play. Dan James will definitely play. Where? I don't really know. Yeah, probably just behind Kiefer Moore, because obviously you've got no Ramsey, no Brennan. So it's probably Kiefer Moore, Wilson, Dan James in behind him, I'd assume. Behind them, I would say it's going to be Ampadu and Jordan. Is it Jordan James? He's some 18-year-old from Birmingham. He's a really good prospect. And then it would be, Rodon, Ben Davis, Tom Lockyer, where Ampadu is. And then, Nico one side of the wing backs, and then Connor Roberts the other side is how I would see it. Maybe David Brooks plays somewhere, but I own a David Brooks. I'm not going to play him, but just in case. Yeah, maybe he plays somewhere. I don't know where, per se, to be honest. It'd have to be instead of Wilson or Dan James, but there's no way they're dropping either one of those. So, yeah, I retract my statement. I don't think he starts.
Fair.
But that would be the formation, I think. Yeah, 3-5-2. Off.
Croatia team looks pretty tidy, even though the fullbacks look like second choicers, but the rest of the team looks pretty good to go. That Zagreb vintage is Feda calls it triangle at the back three. Livakovic, Satalo, and Guardiola there living their best life. But yeah, looks like a cool Croatian team. I wouldn't really be too worried about the guy Musa. I'm not a big fan of him personally.
He's okay.
Could be a good game for Wales if that's the team that rolls out.
They obviously played yesterday, and there's massive pressure on Croatia. Obviously, they just lost to Turkey, like I said, and it's not a good fixture for us. Obviously, playing anyone who plays Croatia, it's not a great fixture, albeit at home. I don't see how Wales' sort of team really scores that well. Potentially the defense, if we can keep it really tight, and I mean like clean sheet tight. I struggle to see us scoring a goal, if I'm being completely honest. That's me being pessimistic, but that's just the reality of it. I think a draw's our peak, honestly. I'd be very shocked if we scored a goal. But then, Livakovic made a mistake. I don't know. There was a mistake yesterday or something. He got lobbed, wasn't it? I don't know. He got an error left to go yesterday for some reason. Someone said he got lobbed. I don't know. There's the off chance that we could potentially score a goal, but I think it's very unlikely. And I think Croatia dominate that game, honestly. Like, we've been dominated by Armenia at home. So, never mind Croatia coming to visit us. Like, So play your Croatia guys, basically, is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Poland.
We'll try and get the Sweden team up because there's a lot of chat about the Sweden team quickly, and try and get Georgia on as well. So there's a Sweden team there. Let's have a look at that. So we're expecting Jairikes, if that's how you say it, to come in alongside Kulusevski. Sweden did play last night, and Lagerbielke, alongside former Rangers player Helander, started at centre back, and it felt like quite a B team for Sweden last night, to be quite honest. So I think expect to see rotation. Lindelof and Starfelt in at centre back doesn't surprise me, is what is predicted. And yeah, it looks like this is as best as information as we've got. But Jairikes and Kulusevski up to go up top with Forsberg in support. I think Carlson will start. I'd be very surprised if he didn't start.
Potentially. He played yesterday though, so I don't know whether
I think he's too good not to start, but yeah, but I think you still start him.
I don't think no, honestly, he won't play, I promise you. He hasn't really kicked on yet, as in like he's not named as their starting 11, promise you. It's weird. Like, he comes off the bench and scores a free kick or whatever, but they're not having him yet as a starter. Hence why he played in the warm-up game yesterday. So I'd be very shocked if Carlson plays or starts. Very shocked. Honestly.
Fair enough. And we've got a wee shout for Georgia as well.
Oh, yeah, we've got quite a few Georgian players, haven't we? Davidashvili, Mikatuezi, Kvashvili. Obviously, goalkeeper as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that could be an interesting shout. you'll see those scattered around players-wise. I don't think there might be many Georgian stacks. Maybe there will be, but
it's a sneaky one. See if you did have a Kravadona, like it would just be go get a Mamardashvili and fill in some pieces. It could be a wee decent side play for sure. With some of these guys. Again, they're on that kind of level of like they're not. Georgia are all right, and you've got a star like Kravadona, then Kravitskeli, what we're going to say, then anything's possible quite a lot of the time.
100%. And yeah, I think it kind of forces us to go to a couple of the other competitions that are playing, i.e. Spanish second division / MLS this weekend. Realistically,
I'm just going to put on Ukraine, and then we'll do that. So Ukraine on screen for anyone that wants it, because Ukraine was next there, and they've got some cards for it.
Yeah, they do have a couple of players, don't they, to be fair?
No Trubin, 50-50, they reckon.
Ooh. Yeah, he didn't start the last set of games, did he? For some reason.
But that's because he wasn't playing for Benfica. I think that was the chat at the time,
Maybe, yeah.
So he's playing for Benfica now. You don't become Benfica goalkeeper and not the Ukraine number one when he was already kind of Ukraine number one,
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Shudakov, Zubov, Mudryk, Zinchenko. Zinchenko in midfield, he'll be happy with that. Milochenko left back. Yeah, interesting team. But yeah, we've got some domestic football, Harry, you were saying.
Yeah, do you want to go to MLS first, I guess, and then we'll go over to La Liga 2, potentially, if we kind of want to. Maybe not.
No problem.
Yeah,
so we've got 3 games in MLS.
So that Dallas game was the cancelled game, or like rained off game, or lightning off game. That was postponed, and yeah, obviously playing it now. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great fixture personally. Colorado aren't great, haven't been great.
They're about to appoint Jack Wilshere.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you listen to everything you read.
News. I did see that. They've got a couple of decent players though. They can hit that. Ronan, Bassett, your boy Nicholson. I know you had like 39 of his cards at one point.
Not quite, but yeah, all of them. I had them all.
You had everyone. Illich in goals, Gutman at left back, decent player. Then a decent team, but I do think this Dallas team is, I don't know. They haven't really kicked on over the last couple of games, but a couple of injuries and I don't know. I think it's a great fixture, and I do foresee a Dallas win 100%. I just don't know by how many goals. It's obviously going to be hard to tell, but I think it's a decent fixture for Ferreira and co. And then what we got there, Nashville. This will be an interesting game.
Every weekend I'm told is it going to be Wills or Panico? So looks like this is in for the business end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nashville had a decent result last game. I think they had a couple of decent. I think they drew maybe, and then I don't know. A lot of the defenders had good scores. Mukhtar hasn't been the Mukhtar of sort of the first 2/3 of the season, I would say. I don't know. It's an interesting one. Very tough to say. Obviously, you got Carlos Heel and co, and obviously his brother, Big Nacho. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. Other than Heel, I don't know who else I'd be.
Omar Gonzalez,
really playing
no
out
way.
No way. Who's that?
This guy must be 40. That can't actually be who I think it is it? Surely not. Mate, I'm pretty sure this guy played with Beckham.
Were you watching the doc?
No, I'm just, if it is who I think it is, yeah, mate, I'm pretty sure this guy played with Beckham. I might be wrong, actually, but this guy's old. Is this who I think it is? Yeah, I think it is. Used to play for the LA Galaxy back in the day for ages. I may be exaggerating on the Beckham shout, but he's old AF. He's 35 anyway. So yeah, if I'm pretty sure it is who I think it is. That's crazy. I find that a sight for... That's just crazy. I thought he'd retired ages ago. It's like seeing, remember when Rafa Marquez was still playing? The guy used to play for Barca, he played all the way till he was like 40.
Yeah.
Like, it was just that kind of vibe for me just now.
Yeah, I don't think...
Player coach.
I don't think Willis gets dropped.
He did play with Beckham. I was right.
No way. That's wild. That's nuts.
It's just when I see them. Anyway, I know they've went downhill quite big since they've sold all their goalkeepers relentlessly and everything else. But Mark Anthony Kay still good. Obviously, Carlos Hill, people still think he's good. So yeah, it could be good for Nashville.
I like watching them. Mark Anthony Kay. He's a really interesting player. Like, not amazing for SO5. He has been in spells, but if you watch him play in real life, he's actually really good.
Fair.
Yeah.
Billy Sharp. I missed that, by the way, until I seen all the fans singing it like Baby Shark. If anyone hasn't seen this, by the way.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
So the LA Galaxy fans sing Billy Sharp, but in the tune of Baby Shark. So yeah, that's a thing.
That was funny. Yeah, I mean, no Ricky Puig for LA is a big miss, I guess. Oh, it is definitely a big miss. Yeah, I don't know. RSL are a decent team, to be honest. I know they're away from home, but obviously bookies can't call it. Literally dead even odds wise. I'd probably fancy RSL slightly, but it's so hard to call. So hard. Do we see many bigger SO5 scores? Probably not. Maybe Fagundes, maybe Costa.
Yeah.
But I guess
RSL have done really well this year.
Yeah, but they're missing like Savarino, who's the midfielder. Pablo Ruiz is injured, so I don't know. Like, they have done really well. Don't get me wrong, but they're not like full strength. So, but neither are LA actually. So yeah, it could be an evenly matched game.
Like, I've not watched that much MLS compared to like the last couple of seasons, right? And honestly, mate, see when I look at this LA Galaxy team right now, this is just like I know I've rotated some of the people around, but it's just like minging, isn't it? What a horrible squad they've got. Like, they've just
regressed big time from the Beckham days.
It's weird. Yeah, they're just like, they made a wee stab at trying to do some stuff recently, trying to get some youngsters and whatever. But anyway, is what it is.
Yeah. I guess no Chicharito doesn't help. You know, like a couple of players are probably out, aren't they, in that sense? And yeah.
What do we want to look at in Spain? We've got a first versus 17th, top of the table Tenerife away to Mirandes. Is that? Or no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Mirandes. Good one, Quinny. Well done. Don't know anyone in this team. Looks like the goalkeeper pot's got a lovely L15 for cat mode, 24.
Yeah, only 60% on though. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there's an injury of some sort. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah.
And then top of the table.
Yeah, I mean, I do have quite a few Spanish second division players, but I don't have anyone from Tenerife, so I can't really speak on them too much, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we got Royal Oviedo. Like a couple of the players, like I've got this Cisse fella who's gone to play for his national team, so he won't be playing for. Like, there's a lot of that situation in this league. But I do have a Valladolid player, so I can speak on. Yeah, I have Monchu there, number 10.
Nice.
95%, which is fun. But they do play.
No alternative either.
Play for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Ronaldo's team, isn't it?
Yeah. What was I going to say? Espanyol are decent. They lost last game actually to that Villarreal second team 3-1, but they've got some good players. Branthwaite and
that front three is like a bottom end La Liga front three, so they should be doing very well in that division, you would think. Gregera as well in midfield. Melamed, that's a really good. They'll be fun to watch. See, for our La Liga 2 team, I think that's it. Like, yeah, I think that could be really fun. Cabrera, Calero, decent. That's a top of the table clash. That was like, I clicked on that because where are they both positioned? They're both up at the top. Yeah, second versus sixth. That is.
Yeah, it's a decent game, and obviously, Espanyol lost their last game, so yeah, they'll definitely want to be winning. This game for sure, and bounce back a little bit because, like you said, they are flying pretty high. To be fair, that Mohamedou Silla scored a couple of goals last game. He's on a bit of a heater, 40 out of 15. Nice. Don't know what his price is, but I know he's scored a lot in the last couple of games. So, he could be a decent little shout for sure.
Nice. Was there one on the matchups tab?
What have we got? Levante's on there.
Levante.
Home to Racing Club de Ferrol. Spain play this game week. They play Norway. That could be an interesting game. Not for SO5 per se, but definitely quite a few players in that.
If Spain beat Norway, Scotland qualify.
Spain beat Norway. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
Got the Levante team on screen for anyone that wants it.
Levante.
And the team they're playing against. But yeah, we can have a look at the Spain-Norway team, because I'm interested to see if there's any predicted rotation in the Spain team, since that is my only striker for this game week. And yeah, Sawyer Isabel should start, which is cool. I've got Ferran, obviously, but that's a midfielder. And yeah, not much rotation expected in this Spain team, actually, at all. Against a Norway team that we're not going to get a preview of. Wonder if we'll get.
Yeah, they played yesterday, so you could see their lineup from yesterday and probably assume it'll be the exact same team, to be honest, because they won 4-0.
Okay. I've got the predicted thing here and then I'll go and do what you said as well, just to double compound it. But yeah, Ayer's in the mix, which is cool. Love to see that. Patrick Berg, no card, that's a shame. Odegaard, Haaland, Jørgen Larsen, Arunez, Ostergaard, Ryerson, decent.
Yeah, Larsen didn't play yesterday. It was, who was it yesterday? Mellin played yesterday.
Was it a friendly, you said?
No, it was a qualifying game. They won 4-0. Haaland scored 2.
There we go.
Yeah, they beat Cyprus.
Oh yeah, that looks like the team. Solbakken is the Nusa. Larsen, that's maybe the Bob. I know you were talking about him somewhere recently, Harry Boy.
Oscar Bob, yeah. Nusa
yeah, Man City bench.
Off the bench. No. The Norwegian Neymar is what they're calling him.
By Sorloth, Haaland, that midfield three, and probably that defence feels kind of nailed, doesn't it? It's just this last attacking spot. It's just like who plays there, kind of, doesn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, I can't see how how that sort of changes realistically, unless Nusa or Larsen comes in for that Solbakken, whoever that is. Yeah, the left winger who played 63. So yeah, that would be my only change, I would say. Just on the surface of things. But I'm no expert in that sense, so ignore me.
I thought he went to Roma. Yeah, he's one of those Bodo Glimt guys that went for a lot of money to Roma and it didn't work out. Same with that Patrick Berg in midfield. He did something similar. He's not in this team, but he was on that predicted 11 a minute ago. It's on the other page.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Netherlands. France played the Netherlands. I guess we could look at that just as a fixture.
Well, we'll just have a look at what teams we've not looked at on Play Sharper internationally that we've got. So yeah, Netherlands, France we've not looked at. So we've got Verbruggen, Gertruida, VVD, and Ake. That's a pretty strong backline. Denzel and Blind in the fullback positions, De Roon and Reinders in the engine room, and then up front, Malin, Weghorst, and Xavi Simons. That's a really nice Dutch team, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Good team. Yeah, good mix of sort of new up-and-coming boys. I like it. I like it a lot.
And then, France, just as what you expect. Still always weird to see Rabiot in these teams. I'm never going to get used to that. Like, it doesn't matter how many caps he gets for France. I'm never going to be used to seeing him in that team and thinking, oh yeah, they look amazing. Because it's just always off-putting when Rabiot's there. Camavinga.
It looks...
Klaus might play. That'd be brilliant for him.
Rabiot, don't they, for the national team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be decent. He's a good player. I like Klaus. Yeah, it's not like the best France team we're ever going to see, is it? But it's it's a France team. I think Netherlands might shock a few people, honestly, here. I wouldn't be surprised.
Goalkeeper Giroud.
If it was a bit, I love that. Yeah, that's class. 6 Dutch stars are injured. I still like the look of that Dutch team, though, honestly. Maybe not Weghorst, but it's still a decent team.
Yeah. No mugs.
To be honest.
No mug side for sure. So we hadn't checked that one. I think we checked quite a lot of these. Slovenia, Finland, we've not looked at. So let's have a peek, see what's in here. So we've got Oblak, Sesko, Sporare. There's a bit of a stack happening here. A little bit.
Yeah, there's something going on. There's a
little bit of something. And then for Finland, Pukki and Pohjanpalo up front. Hradecki in goals. And I think that's about it, isn't it? Robert Taylor might be getting a cap from Miami. Love that. He might play right back as well. He's got a few potential. There's another guy might get. A few guys with cards that are in the squad. I don't know if they all play right enough, but Robert Taylor should get capped. Could be like the Matty Cash of Finland, you know.
The Matty. That's funny. Yeah.
Switzerland, Belarus. Oh. Sommer over Kobo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Strong team.
Decent team. Yeah.
I just don't feel that they score many goals, this Switzerland team, but you're looking at massive defensive AA. Really, I don't see them getting 3 or 4 goals most games, even against Belarus.
Shaka could do well.
Yeah.
Shaqiri potentially with set pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey, Latvia. Kakir in goals over Bayender and Ozbeer. Demiran, another one in from Saudi.
Beat Croatia, so yeah, that'll be a very similar team to yesterday. Kochu didn't start yesterday. Actually didn't even get a minute, so as far as I'm aware. Ozcan played really well. I think he got an assist.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Kochu there actually, but good fixture if you can get all the boys on the field. Kahanoglu obviously, and yeah, good fixture for sure.
I think that's maybe all the fixtures we've looked at then now. Yeah, that's us looked at them all. Yeah. Internationally.
Kind of, yeah.
Hey, Harry boy, I've got some teams to have a look at. People kind of like the last minute dash to the deadline. So, do you want to show us what teams you've got rocking and rolling if you're prepared?
Yeah,
I am prepared, but
I'm not prepared. Well, I am prepared, but I'm gonna do a bit of rejigging, I think, because I've got a few situations maybe that we can talk about. So I've got like 1,000 under 23 starting goalkeepers.
Nice.
But I can play one under 23 team. But yeah, I've had a few casualties over the last couple of days, Balde being one, which didn't help. My situation would have liked to have 3 teams out this midweek. This weekend, probably only have 2 realistically. This is lagging a little bit. There we go. So Cisse's on international duty, so I only have 2 midfielders. If Germ's still in the building, what's the thoughts on Paxton? Is he going to play? I know he's 70% on Sharper, but what's the thoughts there? Ramos Mingo goes in for me quite nicely. Monchu definitely, at 95%, and Ferreira is just kind of that extra position is my worry / contemplation. We have Kulusevski. I want to play Paxton realistically. I also kind of want to play Nico. But I am interested to see what Germ has to say on the Paxton shout. If Germ tells me Paxton's playing, then he goes in. Is kind of what I'm going to go off, to be honest. Because I'm a little bit worried about Nico, because Wales could go to a back 4 and surprise a few people. Well, maybe it wouldn't surprise many, but yeah, that could happen, and Nico probably falls casualty of that. So
yeah,
I guess it's risk on either side, but that's kind of what I want to go with in Rare Pro. And then for Cap 240, it would look something like I could either go Bart or Bazanu, to be fair. Germ's using packs. Okay, that's something that I like to hear, Germ. I appreciate you giving me the insight on that. Coach didn't go defensive against a much better SJ team last week, so I don't think anything changes from last week's lineup. That's fair enough. Both have 2 fixtures, Bazanu and Bart, so I think Bazanu, hoping he gets the Gibraltar fixture as well, is kind of my thinking there. I brought in this Arbila, is how we're going to pronounce him. Arbila, who plays at home for Eibar. As my defender, Luka Modric against my boys in midfield, Kulusevski up front. And then extra position is basically either one of the Dallas boys or Nico. I mean, you could argue Brooks as well, but I think interesting. Yeah, so I think this Sebastian Ibega is how we're going to pronounce him. Ibaga? Am I doing that right, Quinny? Yeah. Something like this, basically, for Abiaga.
Something like that. Yeah.
Abiaga, okay. I think that's kind of what I'm going to go with, hoping for the Dallas clean sheet, hoping for the Eibar clean sheet. If Modric can kind of do what he does normally and rake up a good little 25 AA. The Kulusevski fixture is horrible, realistically, away to Belgium, but that's my only option, unfortunately. I don't have any other forward apart from Sanchez, who's injured. I know somebody in the chat mentioned it earlier. So, they're kind of my only two teams. I think Quinny won Super Rare and Rare Plus. I was going to say Rare Pro then. And then obviously the Cap.
Very good.
And the Cap 240.
Good,
and then the Cap 240 lineup. I could do a Cap 220, honestly. I know I'm probably going into territories that nobody cares about, but I do have a couple of limited cards I can kind of play, like Larson and Duhara. So I could do something like this, but I mean, it doesn't get me too excited, unfortunately. Something along the lines of that could play as well. Might have to go Brooks here. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of me, Quinny, I think. That's all I can do.
Nice. Seen that. I've just seen that it's called Rare Plus on the screen now as well. It is all over the place so quickly. And I've not got much more. I've got one 5-man team I'm able to throw out at this. But I've potentially got more goalkeepers similar to you. I just don't have the forward firepower.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing terribly mad on my end. Sorry. I'm just throwing this 4-man together quickly, and then I'll show you the one team that's halfway decent, and you can see what I've got going for me, if anything. But what do we think? Chanot? Yeah, Chanot's good in internationals, or Frimmers. France and Greece hasn't great games. I'll take Chanot. And then for goalkeeper, I've got Trubin, who should play, but I've got Vasil, who's in that double game week that maybe some people think might get a cap, but probably won't. There's no point taking him. And then up front, affordable only. Who's good for wanting some XP out of this? Tati. There you go. You can go get some XP, and then we'll captain.
18% on Chanot is fucking mental. Can I just
add? Don't tell anyone. Makes up for that DNP a little bit, you know. But this is the one team I've got that should be cooking. Captain Bernardo Silva, double game week. Liam Scales, double game week. Ireland are playing Greece and Gibraltar. I'm kind of taking a punt on him playing. I don't really get many options behind him. Maybe see what he's thinking. Maybe I should swap him out. I've got Oblak and I've got Ferran Torres on 12% as well. Okay. Would you build this any different, Harry?
What can we do with this? Can we do anything with the Scales just in case he doesn't play in that sense? Like the rest, it looks fine to me. I like the other four. I guess Ajar. However we're going to pronounce
Ayer. He's playing against Spain. If you care about that. I don't care about that. But...
I don't care too much, no. I think I can, look past it a little bit. Who else?
We've got Starfelt playing Belgium.
Does he play?
I wanted a super. Yeah, I think he'll play.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with the Scale situation personally. As in, if you've got options that I'm way more nailed on, then you've got to go with them, in my opinion, because the other four players are decent.
What about Josko?
Very decent. Yeah, Josko is definitely a good shout, but then do you want to go in with one super? If you feel comfortable with that, then fair enough. I think it's a great play. Josko's going to score very well against Wales.
I don't have that many actual supers.
says, don't worry, Scales plays. Oh, is he trying to bait you, Quinny?
Yeah, I think he does. I think Scales plays too. I think Scales plays. Double game week. One of them's Gibraltar. Got to get Scales.
Oh, you've got two. Yeah, sorry. You've got 2 games. Okay, fair enough. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Got to get his caps for Ireland. You know what I mean? He's been playing for Celtic. You know what I mean? That's kind of.
I forgot. If it was only one game, I'd be worried. But 2 games, I'm comfortable with you going with that, mate. 100%. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm not got many options because I've not got any other forwards. I need to go with Oyer Azabal. I don't know if I should lean into it with the Ferran Torres. I've not got many other options besides. We've got Leimer, who's in the double game week for Austria, that I'm not a big fan of.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, it's not Frimmers. Great, is it? Kahuna said I'm not 18%. Sorry, I doubted you. I was just I don't know. It just
Do we take Ferran Torres out and put in 18% Chanot?
Potentially.
Chanot does love the internationals. Chanot does love the internationals.
Ferran's 12% himself. Like, it's not as if,
yeah,
it's not as if he's a scrub in that sense. But missed a big chance yesterday. Does he redeem himself this game week? Potentially. Who does Spain play? You say Norway, isn't it? Yeah, Ferran started last game yesterday, but
I think the team starts again.
Yeah, because Nico Williams is not in. Nico Williams is not playing. Well, he's not in the squad. Yamal's not playing, and both of them would have probably started somewhere along the lines.
I'd be more worried about. Yeah,
Puna says I'd be more worried about Torres. Well, who plays instead of Ferran? Who's behind Ferran?
Who's behind Ferran for myself?
No, as in like
play sharper.
Play sharper prediction. Sorry, yeah.
Fatty.
Nah, he doesn't start Fatty. I'm sorry. I promise you, he doesn't.
Yeah,
I know.
Who would score better, but Chanot or Ferran? Is that maybe the question? Frimmers.
Yeah, maybe.
Frimmers over 2 games.
If you look at it that way, then fair. Okay, I'd probably go Chanot if you're thinking. Yeah. How does the double game week work? Just take the best game. Yeah, completely that Hutch. It didn't used to work like that. It used to be the first game that player played in, but now it is the best score. Ala Ben Fahel says Fatty doesn't even play for Brighton when he does 0. But yeah, never. Fatty's definitely not starting this. I can guarantee you. He barely made the squad. He only made the squad because Nico Williams is not playing. Basically, Does Kiefer start for Wales? Berner says, I'm leaning towards Kiefer starting for Wales this game. They're not, but I can't guarantee that, of course. I'd say Kiefer probably starts.
Fair.
On a little side note.
There's no guarantee that Frimmers is going to get in the team, but 2 games, you fancy him to get a cap, but I'll probably just stick with Ferran. I know he'll play. Captain Bernardo. That's the one team I'm going to push for. I reckon that's... How many prizes have we got in All-Star Rare Plus? Our maiden voyage into this competition, we have got 81 cards payout. Tier 3s all the way to 60th place, where we go to Tier 2 quite quickly for like 35 places. And in the top 25, we get 100 quid and beyond payout, plus a Tier 2 rare until we break into the top 10 for Tier 1s, basically, top 12. And then once we get to the top 4, we get legit stars paid out, apparently, for the top 4 on the podium, with the money incrementally increasing all the way up to $710 at the top. That seems pretty good. 40 minutes to deadline. And I've got 2 4-man teams going out to try and not get anywhere near threshold, but we'll try their best and probably not have 4 guys to even play. But yeah, that's about me for the game week. Harry boy.
Yeah, I'm just inputting my teams into the actual Sorare site in case I forget that. But yeah, mate, that's kind of all we've got, really, isn't it? It's just one of them, isn't it? You know, there's not much going on, unfortunately, and that's just kind of. It is what it is in that sense. We've got modders. Yeah, who have you got playing tonight then, if that's the case? Will you Ireland, Scales?
Ireland and Bernardo tonight. All Black tomorrow, Spain on Sunday, then double game week whenever it is, Monday or something it must be then.
When is that Spain game? Maybe Sunday, potentially? I'm not sure.
Maybe Guardiola's safer.
Guardiola's definitely safer. Guardiola definitely plays 100%.
I think so, yeah.
100%.
I was worried that they might rotate him because Man City stuff, you know.
Yeah, but they need to win that game, to be fair. So you'll be fine.
Oh, do they? You know that? Sorry.
Yeah, well, they lost yesterday to Croatia, to Turkey. Sorry, so yeah, I think you'll be fine.
All right, let's do that then. Guardiola's in the main team, and then we'll put Ferran into the 240 4-man effort. Captain. Yeah.
I didn't realize you can't captain the limited card in 220.
Can you not?
No, I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing.
Decent, kind of.
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
For sure. Right, I think are we kind of there, Harry? We're at that point in the stream where we have got to.
Way, mate. I know it feels premature, doesn't it? But I mean, there's just not much to do, is there? In that sense. Gutas play for France. Gutas for France, for Greece. Yeah, I think Gutas plays for Greece, mate. To be fair, 100%. Well, I say 100%, but he seems to play.
I took a punt on Skrupski every time. But yeah, do you think Bakasetas is a good bet for 2 games? I think most players with 2 games. I think most of the fixtures we've looked at, most teams have at least one that's halfway decent. So yeah, don't mind it. Okay. Well, guys, good luck for the game week. And I think, that'll take us to the deadline, Harry boy. That'll be us. Good luck, everyone, for this international game week. We'll be back next weekend when we're back to Super Cap modes, domestic football, preparing for midweek Champions League. We're Mr. Midweek. I'm sure we'll be back on form and we'll be out of this international slumber. And guys, enjoy the football if you can. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. And Harry boy, been a pleasure, mate.
Yeah, been a pleasure, lads. Good luck for this game week. And see you guys next Friday.